Hello everyone, my name is Ruturaj from Anasep Dange College of Engineering and Technology ASTA, Department of Aeronautical Engineering. In this video, we will discuss on the introduction to mechanical properties of material under the guidance of Professor Sushant Sari sir. And my group members are Akash, Ganesh, Priti and Mayuri. Now coming to the introduction part. The practical application of engineering materials in a manufacturing depends upon the true knowledge of their particular properties under a wide range of conditions. The term property is qualitative or quantitative measure of responses of material to externally imposed conditions like forces and temperature. However, the range of properties found in the different classes of material is very large. Now we will see the classification of material properties. Material properties are classified into four different parts. The first is chemical properties, in which composition, oxide or compound, acidity or alkalinity properties are there. Second one is physical properties, in which density, conductivity, thermal, electrical, and there are so many properties are there. The third one is mechanical properties, in which strength, tension, compression, toughness, stiffness, and other properties are there. And the last one is dimensional properties, in which size and shape of material is there. Now we will see what is the mechanical properties. The properties of material that determine its behavior under applied forces are known as the mechanical properties. They are usually related to the elastic and plastic behavior of the material. These properties are expressed as a function of stress and strain. A sound knowledge of mechanical properties of material provides the basis for predicting behavior of materials under different load conditions and designing components out of them. Now we will see stress and strain. Experiences show that any material subjected to a load may either deform, yield, or break, depending upon the magnitude of load, nature of material, and the cross-section area. The below figure shows stress strain diagram, in which the blue line shows the elastic region and the green line shows the plastic region, and at the end, red mark shows the fracture point.
Stress and strain. Let's first see about the stress. The sum total of all the elementary interatomic forces or internal resistances which the material is called upon to exert to counteract the applied load is called as stress. Here in this figure we can see the cylinder. The tensile force is applied on the cylinder. The force applied on the area is shown by A naught. The original length is L naught and the elongation is shown by delta L. Mathematically, the stress is expressed as force divided by cross-sectional area. Here in this second figure we can see the stress denoted by the red cross-sectional area. Strain. Strain is the dimensional response given by a material against mechanical loading or a deformation produced per unit length. Mathematically, strain is change in length divided by the original length. Here, the first figure shows the elongation due to the application of a force on a cylindrical rod. In this case, the strain is the elongation by the original length, which is delta L by L naught. The second figure gives the visual representation of the elongation due to the tensile force F. Strength. The strength of a material is its capacity to withstand destruction under the action of external loads. It determines the ability of a material to withstand stress without failure. The maximum stress that any material to withstand before destruction is called as ultimate strength. The first figure shows the fracture due to the application of a tensile load. The maximum stress before the fracture to happen is known as the ultimate strength. The second figure shows the bending due to the applied force on a strip. The third figure gives the comparison of for the two cantilever beams where the first one is of fine ceramic, that alumina, and the second one is of metal, stainless steel. The loading is applied at the free end of a beam and we can see the less bending in the alumina. So we can say that the alumina has more strength than the stainless steel.
Next mechanical property is ductility. It is the property of material which enables it to draw into thin wires. That is, a metal receives permanent deformation without fracturing. In general, all metals are ductile at elevated temperature. For example, gold, silver, iron, mild steel, aluminum, copper, tin, indium, lithium, from which platinum is more ductile material. The percentage elongation and reduction in area and tension is often as empirical measures of ductility. As we know, ductility deals with the tensile stress. So in this picture, as we apply tensile load to the specimen, it starts deforming plastically. We can test the ductility of material by bending test, and as we increase the temperature, ductility of material also increases. Next property is elasticity, the property of material by virtue of which deformation caused by applied load disappears upon removal of load. That is, when an elastic material is deformed due to an external force, it experiences external resistance to deformation and it restores its original shape and size on removal of external load. The elasticity of material is described by stress-strain curve as shown here, which is generally non-linear, but it is approximated as linear up to elastic limit. After that, material will start to deform permanently. The best example of elastic material is spring, which exhibits linear elasticity. As we stretch the spring, it will start to deform, but on removal of external load, it will restore its original shape and size.
Now coming on to the malleability. Malleability is the ability of the material to flatten into a thin sheet without cracking by means of hot or cold rolling. In common words, it is the ability to form into a thin sheet. Here example can be given as the lead can be readily rolled and hammered into a thin sheet and can be drawn into a thin wire. Here in the first animation we can see that worker is hitting the metal sheet and hammering it on it to form into a sheet of the metal. In the second and third animation we can see the displacement of the molecules of material has happened during the formation of the sheet. Now coming on to the creep. Creep is the slow and progressive deformation of the material with a constant time under a constant load. Depending upon the conditions like temperature, stress, the material can deform permanently even below the elastic limit. The creep is mostly defined as the time-dependent strain occurring under a stress. In the first figure, we can see the creep testing mechanism in which tensile specimen is held under a constant stress in a thermostatically controlled furnace. The thermocouple attached to the gauge length of the specimen controls the temperature of the furnace. The extension of the specimen is measured by the very sensitive extensiometer. And the result of this test is plotted on the graph of strain versus time, which is also called as the creep curve or creep behavior as shown in the figure. The creep curve has three stages: primary, secondary and tertiary. In primary stage, the creep rate decreases as the metal work hardens. In the secondary stage or a steady stage, the creep rate is constant and this contains the major period of the creep life of the component. In the tertiary stage or a tertiary creep, the creep rate accelerates and the material fails.
Hardness is fundamental property closely related to strength. Hardness is usually defined in terms of ability of material to resist to scratching, abrasion, cutting, indentation or penetration. One of the best hardest material is diamond. Methods used for determining hardness are Brinell hardness, Rockwell hardness and Vickers hardness test. These three methods are most commonly used for checking hardness of material. The Brinell hardness test is the best test for achieving the bulk or micro hardness, particularly for those materials with heterogeneous structure. For harder materials, the Rockwell or Vickers hardness tests are more commonly used. Brittleness. Brittleness, it is the property of breaking without much permanent distortion. Non-ductile materials are basically considered to be brittle material, such that glass, cast iron are brittle material because when we apply sudden load on them, they easily break into pieces.
If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for watching.